Purple nectar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, that was a jam.
You feeling that, Aaron? You feeling that shit?
I like it. Who is it?
It was me. I made it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'll let you know later. Brother. But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It sounds cool though. I like it.
Yeah, man. What is going on? All my horror movie loving, werewolf liking loving, movie loving badasses. How you doing out there? It's your boy PhatSamuraiGuy back again with another episode of the Verbal Nectar podcast, baby, where we hang out, chill, have a good time, do some interviews, talk movies, which is what the channel is all about. Community of badassity. Oh shit, Anubis, I'm on fire. What is going on? We got back in the house. Hold on, I gotta blow them up now. We got DJ Anubis from the Metal Tavern Radio podcast, brother. The man knows his movies. The man knows his metal. And most importantly for tonight, the man knows his liking. That's right. He knows his liking shit. Welcome back, brother.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
As always.
And this is going to be awesome because this is the first time we have him here on the channel. That's right. Script writer. That's right. Producer, filmmaker, director. That's right. He created the action horror thriller anthology. That's right. An Hour to Kill with our boy Frankie Puzos in the back there. You see him in the poster there. Shout out to Frankie. That's right. We have in the house Aaron F. Carter. What's going on, brother?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. First time here on the channel. It's an honor to have you here. And this man knows his movies. He knows his films. And if you're curious, you got really quick, man. You got to show us the collection really quick.
Okay.
Look at this shit, guys. This is insane. Look at that. It's
he needs like one of those ladders to get up on there, you know?
Insane. And people think I have a big collection, but that is.
And these are all the Nintendo games right here. There's a whole.
Yeah, you made it even cooler because you got that retro shit up in there. That's right. Love it, man.
I'm a collector of physical media, so that's my thing.
That's right. We love that. We support. That's right, man. It's awesome having you here. That's right.
Oh,
we have Dingo here in the house. He says best horror subgenre there representing. All right. Who else we got in the house? Roll call. We got Eric in the house. Todd Johnson. What is going on? Brian Sanchez, Jake Hall, Lady Danish. That's right. The Asian movie enthusiast. That's right. Oh, yeah. But we have a limited time with our man Aaron and with our man Corey tonight, whenever he pops in and E-Rock. That's right. Our metal brother he may or may not pop in a little bit later because he's busy as well. But we gonna let it flow. We're gonna let it flow. Why? Why, baby? Because that's right. Earlier this week, hold on. Let me get it up in here. Earlier this week, we kicked it off with our review of Werewolf by Night. That's right, which is the best Disney Plus Marvel exclusive. That's right, in my opinion. A lot of fun, way more fun than it had. That I was not expecting it had being. Kicked it off this week with our review of Werewolf by Night. But we're going to continue the badassity. Why? Because this is, baby, Werewolf Week. Yeah. Uh-oh.
I'm here.
Did you get enough Sybil Danning in there?
that music is just so kick ass. It you know.
That's what happened, man. I thought a werewolf got you there for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's werewolf week. That's right. You know why I did that, right, Nubis? I kept showing.
Yeah,
them.
oh yeah.
not just because of the obvious, because that's what Howling 2 in the credits kept doing. In the end credits. Oh my goodness. Dingo just hit puberty again. That's right. Kaiju Ninja says the Howling 2 wins in the end of stream. Elder Sex Sumo is here. All right, so we're just here. It's just a laid back stream chat talking about some of our favorite werewolf films. And what we're going to do is, since we only have them for a limited time, Aaron, we're going to kick it off with you. What's some of your favorite werewolf movies and why?
Okay, well, as you can see, I have this huge collection, but I got to say, now that you put me on the spot, my my werewolf collection is a little bit slimmer than I thought. So I'm going to show you kind of what I have here.
Okay.
I have the Universal Monster Collection.
Nice.
Of course, the classic werewolf on there.
That's right.
And then I got American Werewolf in London. Yeah. There he is, the guy.
That's right.
American Werewolf in London.
Nice.
Then I got an obvious one, The Howling.
Yeah.
There you go.
And, of course, Silver Bullet.
Nice. Classic.
And I have a question for you.
Sure.
Because I was thinking about this, and I'm wondering if this movie is a werewolf movie or if it would be considered one. Most people wouldn't consider it one, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm wondering, would you consider Lady Hawk a werewolf movie?
Interesting. Nubis, thoughts?
Never seen it.
Never mind.
You never seen Lady Hawk? You gotta watch it.
We within the horror genre, we have the subgenres, right? One of them being werewolf films, which is what we're talking about tonight. But even the werewolf movies have their own little subgenre as well. Some have the fantasy element, some have the comedy element. So, I mean, you want to throw in the romantic element that's not cringeworthy, like some other movies. That me and Anubis are like, die. I would say, yeah, why not? Why not?
Well, for those who don't know, Lady Hawk is like a mid '80s fantasy film. I believe Richard Donner directed it.
Yes.
And Rutger Hauer is at nighttime he's a wolf, and his girlfriend is human, but then during the day he's human and she's a hawk. So they can never like be human at the same time or animals at the same time. It's always like one or the other as the night shifts. So
it was a curse, right?
Yeah, it was a curse. Okay. Matthew Broderick is in the movie as well. No, it's not a werewolf movie, but there is that element in it where he does turn into a werewolf. So, I guess if you want to put it on as a bonus list,
honorable mention here.
Honorable mention.
Like Bob says, in many ways, Lady Hawk could be a werewolf movie. So there you go.
Yeah,
you're not alone thinking that, but that's interesting. I never really thought about it.
That
way. That's cool, man. Did you have any others in your collection there, or those are the big main?
Those are the biggies. Obviously, there's more. I don't have them, but obviously there's more. And I'm sure you guys are going to discuss them.
Well,
Ginger Snaps.
Well, what did you like about the ones you showed? What did you like about? Start with the Howling. What did you like about the Howling?
Well, of course, the makeup is awesome. Whoever but honestly, in my opinion, American Werewolf is, in my opinion, the best one.
Okay.
And just because of the special effects. And in fact, going back to honorable mentions, the Thriller video by Michael Jackson, that could be a werewolf movie or a werewolf featurette as well, considered one.
Right.
But I just like this movie. I just like the story and the special effects, and it's just everything about it. I just love.
Yeah. I mean, look at this shit, man. Like, this is fucking insane. This is better than some of the stuff you see now, right, Nubis?
Oh, hands down.
I mean, this is insane. And what was it, Aaron? Is it 1980, 81? What was the date on that?
Around 80, yeah, 81, 82.
Yeah,
In fact, I think this was the movie that made helped get Thriller made. I mean, I think they used a lot of the same guys to make the Thriller video after Michael Jackson saw that movie.
Right.
So it's just a masterpiece, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you got to love not just the amazing, like you said, practical makeup effects, one of the greatest werewolf transformations ever. And I might still hunt it down, Anubis, but when I mentioned last time in Versus or a while back, there was a horror movie I saw, a werewolf movie that I seen, and the transformation was the guy screamed, and that's it. He just like, ah! And that was it. And there was no hair, nothing. Like, and he was a werewolf now. It's so bad. And it wasn't supposed to be funny. I'll find the name. I might find the clip next time we do this. But it's hilarious. I was like, no, that can't be the werewolf transformation. That can't be. unless something happened behind the scenes and they were supposed to put some special effect over him and they couldn't do it in time. I don't know. Hold on. Here he is. What?
Hello.
Corey. What's going on, brother? Welcome.
Hey, man. Thanks for
Corey.
having me again.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Nice to meet you all.
Howdy.
Yes. Filmmaker to filmmaker at the bottom there. Aaron and Corey in the house.
There you go.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Man. Yeah, man. Good to have you. I told you it's your second home, so you might get tired of coming here now. Like you're like, oh shit, Samurai Guy's calling me again. God damn it. But it's good to have you. It's good to have you here, man. We just got done talking over American Werewolf in London. And,
one of my favorites.
It's just insane. The effects, and you also gotta love the dark humor in the film. I mean, the dark comedy stuff for me works. I know for some people it doesn't work for everyone. Some people want a straightforward scare fest, but I thought it was something different and fresh. Were you okay with the dark comedy, Corey?
Oh yeah, I think that's one of the most unique things about American Werewolf in London. It's one of John Landis's best films, honestly. I think it's my favorite film of his. To be honest, it's one of my favorite werewolf movies. Like, it's up there.
Nice.
I love it.
Nice. Oh, you got
I also like he has dreams throughout the movie. These really weird dreams with these werewolves that have like Nazi uniforms on and are shooting with machine guns and it's just it's so cool, man. Everything about that movie. And then his friend,
bonkers.
Every time you see his friend in a dream, he's more decomposed. At the end, he looks like a zombie, or he's just trashed.
It's hilarious, and he's always jumping on his friend's case. He's like, "Hey, man, you need to hurry up and fucking die."
Yeah,
so I can move on, man. Jesus. But yeah, it's a definite classic for sure. And you held up The Howling too, right? That was The Howling you had there, Aaron.
Howling.
Yeah, man, another classic. Anubis, is The Howling the quintessential, in your opinion, the quintessential werewolf film, or it's your top three?
It's my number one.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It really, it's not like American Werewolf is my number two.
Yeah.
But it's only because The Howling to me is darker and it's a little bit more frightful than American Werewolf, even though American Werewolf has great horror in it. But The Howling doesn't really let up. It's just kind of coming at you like pretty scary stuff, and I just really love it for that reason.
Shout out to the stunt woman getting bitch slapped right there. holy shit, man. But
it's on repeat.
I always found that scene interesting too, because in American Werewolf, once he transforms, he is really kind of a wild animal. He can't really control everything. But these guys, when they transform, they're like smart. Like, he's like grabbing the file from her, he's like, "Yo, that's mine," and then he bitch slaps her, out of there. I thought that was a very cool interpretation of the werewolf. They actually know what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, I was dying when he grabbed the files. I was like, "Oh shit, he just grabbed the files." But yeah, it's an iconic film, classic. I was kind of disappointed the score being so low on IMDb. I don't know if you've seen that. It was like 6 point something for Howling.
That's terrible. Like it
I'm
should be
like-
way more than that.
That's a travesty.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, iconic all the way. One of the greatest werewolf movies of all time. With one of the craziest endings.
The ending's fantastic.
It's fantastic. Fantastic. What made you, since you just popped in here, Corey, what made you a fan of the werewolf genre?
I don't know. I think I saw like American Werewolf and The Howling when I was younger and going through like a phase, I guess. We all go through phases. I don't know. I go through like a phase where I'm watching nothing but like zombie movies or movies based around like the Frankenstein monster or, you know, just weird creature films. So I've just always been a big fan of werewolf stuff. I just go through stages of liking all different types of different things. But yeah, I think going back to The Howling, when you look at Joe Dante's filmography, for me, it's the one that stands out because it is dark. Like obviously he has, most of his films have that kind of like horror comedy element, like Gremlins, even like Piranha, things like that. Like but with The Howling, it's like his darkest film. And shout out to the special effects work by Rob Bottin, who did obviously The Thing and Paul Verhoeven's films and David Fincher films. And he's one of those guys that just disappeared and nobody knows what he's up to these days, which is a shame.
Yeah, that's sad. But yeah, his work, you know, fantastic work. Like really,
look at that. That's Robert Picardo right there.
Yeah,
that's right. But yeah, just fantastic stuff. Howling is a classic. It's up there for sure. But you know, it's funny because people ask me what really scares me. I think what really scares each individual is different. Movie scares. You're having fun with it. Okay, you're having fun with it. You don't think it's real, but you're just having fun with it. I always was scared of, in movie terms, stuff you can't see. Right? That's the stuff that bothers me. Right? Like, what the fuck was that? What was that? Right? I remember hearing a buddy of mine spent the night. This was like when we were teenagers, and all of a sudden there was like it felt like someone landed on the roof. And somebody ran across the roof and there was some kind of fight. It woke us both up. And we were like, dude, what the fuck was that? and then it came down to, hey, man, you going to go outside and check it out? I'm like, no, fuck you, man. You go outside, check it out. It became one of those things, right? And, of course, we went outside. There was nothing there. It's always the stuff that's not there is what gets me. Like, everyone else is different, right? But when it comes to physical manifestations of creatures and stuff, to me, if you do it right, vampires can be scary. But that's another podcast. We talk about vampires. But in comparison, if I have to choose to fight a vampire or a werewolf, I'm fighting a fucking vampire. I'm sorry. Well,
the vampire might try and seduce you as well.
Right. But the werewolf, there's just I'm more afraid of fighting a physical werewolf because I think you're fucked. I think you're screwed. That's it. You're done, right? But in comparison to vamps, but we got some movies here from your list, Corey.
Okay, cool.
Really quick, while you're here, before I forget, everybody watching, don't forget, keep your eyes out for Bliss of Evil. That's right, the indie darling. That's right, the indie slasher darling. Samurai Guy really enjoyed it. Keep an eye out for that, guys, when it starts to hit the scene. Corey was in charge of that, so got to plug it for you.
I wasn't the director, but
yeah,
I did give the director a kick up the ass every now and again. But,
but you did help with the script, and check out our live stream where we had the director and everybody here, the cast and stuff like that. But yeah, so a lot of these, Corey, believe it or not, I have not seen these.
Oh, really?
There's some from you and Nobis I haven't seen either.
Oh, okay.
I'm always familiar with this guy, right? I'm always familiar with this guy, the classic, right?
Chaney Jr.
Right? But I've never seen 1935's Werewolf of London.
Wow, I'm surprised. That's the very first Hollywood werewolf film.
Anubis, have you seen this?
I have not. I knew about it. I
I
just haven't
haven't
seen
seen it either.
Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys know the Warren Zevon song "Werewolf
Yep.
of London"?
Yeah.
That's where the inspiration came from. That
Oh, okay.
movie. So that was the very
Check
first
it out.
Universal horror like werewolf film.
Yeah.
Like under that Universal umbrella. So it came before the Lon Chaney Jr. Wolfman.
Yeah, that
So-
blew my mind. I'm gonna have to check this out because I love this shot right here.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man. That's awesome, man.
What
So,
I like
yeah.
about this movie is the effects. Obviously, it's like what 1935, I think. Yeah. So obviously, you're watching a film made in the 30s. So, but the way that they did the effects makeup's quite good. It's not. It's quite minimalist, I think. Like that's about as much as it gets. That shot that you just shared there. So.
But still cool.
If you guys haven't seen it and people watching haven't seen it, I recommend checking it out. I do prefer the Wolfman. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like that is kind of like the quintessential Universal horror movie for me.
Right.
But it's up. But I think everyone needs to check out Werewolf of London. Like,
nice.
Need some love.
All right, yeah, for sure. I'll definitely check that out. Let's see. I'm not sure what this image is here. And there you go. I have to ask. Anubis, you were okay with this remake with Del Toro, the Wolfman, right?
Yep.
Okay. Corey and Aaron, how did you feel about it?
I liked it too. I liked it very much.
There you go.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it since it came out, but I liked it.
Yeah, I'm with Aaron on that one. I've not seen it since 2010. Wolf, that one came out. Like that's 12 years ago now.
Yeah.
I saw that in the cinema. I was excited because Hugo Weaving, fellow Aussie, was in it. So
yeah.
Anthony Hopkins is right.
Yep.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins plays the father from memory.
Yeah.
But I don't remember hating it. I remember enjoying it. I think the only issue was some of the CGI probably won't hold up today, but obviously Rick Baker's effects makeup will hold up because it's Rick Baker. So
right.
Did you ever see the Jack Nicholson one, Wolf?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the 90s one.
I'm saving that to when E-Rock shows up.
Okay.
That was on his list. We'll get to that one. No, it's all good. But I wanted to know you guys' thoughts. I really liked the practical makeup of the new Wolfman, but obviously you do notice some of the bad CGI here and there when it's there. You can't help it, right? Which is unfortunate. But what I did like about the Wolfman 2010 one was I loved the speed, how fast it moved. You know what I mean? Like with some people just walking out in the forest and then it is, and your intestines falling out, you're done. I love that. I love the visceralness of it, man. That was good. But yeah, I thought it was entertaining for sure. All right. Now, next from Corey, from Oliver Reed here, we got The Curse of the Werewolf.
Yeah. So this is the only Hammer horror film based on the werewolf mythology, if you can believe that.
I know, it's crazy.
It's insane. It's like, so Hammer did all their Frankenstein films. They had all the Dracula films, obviously, with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, and then they had the Mummy franchise, and then for some reason they did one werewolf movie with Oliver Reed. Now, my theory is, if you've ever looked up Oliver Reed or know anything about Oliver Reed, he was an interesting man. One of my favorite things to do when I'm alone and I'm having a drink at home, or whatever your poison of choice is to go on YouTube and type in the search bar drunk Oliver Reed interviews. I would recommend doing that to anyone. You will have the time of your life. It's hilarious. But he was a famous drunk, so I don't know if that was part of it, but it's for people that are fans of like the Hammer horror franchise, the very gothic British film, then I think this is kind of like a quintessential werewolf movie. I just think it's very strange that they didn't make any more. It's so weird that there's only one.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Definitely bizarre. But you know, I was a little disappointed the first time I watched it because my expectations were so high because it was Oliver Reed as the fucking werewolf, right? And the first half of the movie was weird. Like the first,
it's very slow.
I was like, what are we doing here? But I was, when I watched it again, I actually liked it a lot more, and I'm happy that the Blu-ray that I have has a lot of the violence and the gore put back in. But look at that shot, dude. Look at that shot. That's fucking great, man.
No makeup required. Just a bowl of scotch.
That's but yeah, it's not like the movie's super gory, but for that time, they did edit some of the blood, and I'm glad they put it back in. I have not seen this. Anubis, this was also on your list. Aaron, also let me know if you've seen this or not. The Beast Must Die, 1974.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
What do we got going here, Corey?
So this is an Amicus production. So Amicus were kind of like the competitor to Hammer back in the day, and they would cast a lot of, like, Cushing and Lee were in a lot of the Amicus films as well. So sometimes even I do it, like as a Hammer fan, I'll be like, oh yeah, that Hammer movie, and then I'll look it up. I'm like, oh, actually that's Amicus. So The Beast Must Die. It's kind of like a whodunit movie.
Okay.
Like you don't really know who the werewolf is, and it's kind of like a guessing game. Basically, a group of people go to a mansion, and things happen, and then the only issue with this film, and I don't know if you guys have the same issue with it, and I know the director does because I've listened to the commentary. At the end of the movie, when they're about to reveal who the werewolf is, they stop the film for I think it's like a minute, and it comes up with a screen that says, "Guess who the werewolf is."
No.
And this is right before the climax, and it just it's such a bad choice. I think they did it, but this is back in the mid-70s, so I think they were doing it as that kind of
gimmick.
Like I can get it, in a gimmick. Like I can understand how that would work maybe in a theater, like you're there with your friends or everybody's around, like, who do you think the werewolf is, blah blah blah. But when you watch it now, 50 years later, it just ruins,
takes you out of the mindset of what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes. But overall, it's a good movie, mystery movie.
I think it's decent.
Nice. There's another werewolf movie on here that has a mystery whodunit element to it, and then we'll get to that when we get to that. But I was surprised this was on your list, Corey, but I was laughing hysterically because I'm one of the rare few who this movie's fucking bizarre. It's out there, but I could not help but enjoy Sonny Chiba's Wolf Guy. I could not help it, man. I bought this on Blu-ray, just blind buy. And I was just like, this is so insane. But yeah, so why do you, I'm just curious, why do you have Wolf Guy on your list?
For the same reasons you like it, man. It's just Japanese movie. Japanese movies, like, sometimes you put them on and you watch them and they're just batshit fucking insane. And Wolf Guy is that in like an 85-minute, 90-minute movie. Like, everything you can think of kind of happens in this. There's like sexploitation stuff going on. There's werewolf exploitation stuff going on. It's obviously Sonny Chiba, so he plays like an investigative reporter, but he also beats people up, and it's just like, it's just crazy. Like, it's, at the end of the day, it's not a very good film. It's just, it's an experience.
Yeah, it's batshit insane, but fun. My favorite part, hands down, I think I posted a clip of this on Instagram like way back, was when you got this whole row of dudes just unloading their machine gun fire into Sonny Chiba's, like, all fucked up. And then Sonny Chiba turned around and was like, motherfucker, I know you didn't just shoot me. Did you just shoot me? And then jumps and rolls down the hill and just runs up to the soldier takes his gun and just mows down the rest of the guys. I was like, this movie's insane. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I was very surprised. Like Eric in the chat's like, Wolf Guy is interesting.
Hey, Samurai, I got a jam.
Hey man, it was awesome having you here, brother.
Yeah. And then Corey, I wanted to ask you. I don't know if you saw this. Would you consider this a werewolf movie, Lady Hawk, or no?
I'm not sure.
It's a weird question
about that one. Yeah, gut instinct, I would say no.
Yeah, I agree. But it does have an element of it, you know.
It does. Yeah, that is true.
But I wouldn't hate on anyone if they say
no,
yes.
Not at all. Lady Hawk's a great movie.
Yeah.
The soundtrack's a little weird, but
it is a little weird, but it's entertaining for sure. Come on, Rutger Hauer, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Aaron, hey, I'm glad we were able to have you here. First time on the channel. Thanks for dropping in just for a little bit, man. And we'll get you
awesome, dude.
Future.
I'd love to come on again.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
And you guys can follow Aaron. I put his information in the description box below of this video. You can keep up with Aaron's shenanigans. All right, let's keep on rocking and rolling here. All right, we already did American Werewolf in London. What was the name of the movie, Anubis, where the werewolves looked funny? I know you mentioned Howl, but it had the blind soldier. And I reviewed this like 5 million years ago.
Late Phases.
Yeah, Late Phases. So Late Phases and Howl, I enjoyed those. The werewolves did look funky, right, Anubis? Like especially in Late Phases, they look like
I love the plot of that film.
That's what saves it.
Yeah, I just don't like the look of the werewolves.
Yeah. Check out Late Phases, Corey.
I've heard of it. I've not watched it.
Yeah,
is it kind of like a low budget thing?
Yeah, smaller budget, but it's just such a cool plot where
it actually stars Ethan Embry from like the 90s. He was like a heartthrob back then, I guess, with some of those films.
The Last Starfighter.
Yeah,
I didn't even recognize him when he showed up in the movie. I was like, oh,
right.
But it's like an old, crusty, pissed off like military vet who's blind, who lives in this apartment complex, and then people go missing around the apartment complex. And so this blind soldier is like, fuck it. And he's just like uses his wits and smarts to, defend himself against these werewolves, man. It's actually pretty good. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, yeah, one of my favorites, Bad Moon, baby. Yeah, love me some Bad Moon. We got all kinds of people getting fucked up. It's the right cross for the win for the werewolf today here on the channel. But yeah, love Bad Moon. I was always puzzled because the artwork for Bad Moon was always so generic. And I used to see it in Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, and I always just kind of stayed away from it. I didn't really wasn't interested because the cover was just kind of stock. And then I gave it a shot one day streaming. I think I saw Bad Moon for the first time, I think maybe 4 years ago, whatnot. And I was like, dude, why is nobody talking about this movie? Like, how is nobody talking about this movie? This movie's so much fun. And the dynamic of the dog versus the werewolf is fucking great. That you don't see anything like that in any other movie. You don't see that. Have you seen Bad Moon, Corey?
Oh, ages ago, man.
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember much about it. And I think you're right. I remember the VHS cover and stuff being very generic. I always used to get that one and Wolfen confused because they both had very generic kind of poster art.
Yeah.
But I've seen Wolfen. I can remember Wolfen because I remember I didn't like that movie.
You didn't like Wolfen? Okay.
No, not really.
Wow.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's zoom down to Wolfen now. Just like Bad Moon, kind of similar to what you said, Corey. I kind of just stayed away from Wolfen. I didn't really know what it was. And the Movie Dojo Army, that's right, the Badass Channel members hit me up and they were like, "Hey, review this for us." And we're like, "All right." And I checked it out, and I had really low expectations, man. But I actually kind of liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Wolfen for what it was. It was very different. It was different.
Yeah. I think what ruined the film was the marketing and the trailers and things like that.
Oh,
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember they kind of like sold it as like
a monster
the
movie,
other
like a creature
monster
feature.
movie. Yeah, it's a creature feature, and you see that trailer or whatever, and then you rent the VHS or DVD or whatever it was back in the day, and then you're like, hang on, this is Edward James Olmos, like great actor, like he's amazing. Like the cast is great, but it's like this isn't the movie that I rented. This isn't what you sold me. So I think that put a bad taste. I'd have to rewatch it again because I think because I'm going off 20-year memory here. So it's one of those things. Like if I watched it now, I probably would appreciate it more.
It's possible, but I've talked about that before. How marketing can fuck up like what you think you're about to watch. Especially misleading trailers. But yeah, I didn't know what to expect. I went into this blind, and I thought it was a good flick, man. I really enjoyed it for what it was. But Bad Moon, man, just Michael Paré is getting out his trailer, walking by, and you got the dog already sitting out front waiting for him to come out, just growling at him. I'm like, dude, little stuff like that. I'm like, and he's just I love how they talk shit to each other.
He pissed on the doghouse. That was the greatest thing ever.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's just so good. And then the climax, bro. Mm-hmm. I was like, dude, this is fucking crazy, man. This is fucking badass. This whole action set piece, especially knocking him through the window. And I'm like, dude, nobody is talking about this movie. And it's sad that it had such generic artwork. But I am team Bad Moon and for life. I love that movie. And the cool thing was recently, me and Aaron had to go, but me and Aaron were involved with a film project called Headless Horseman that you guys can watch right now on Vudu, coming soon to Amazon Prime. But we were surrounded by werewolf legends in the movie. Michael Paré himself.
Oh, wow.
It was cool to run into him. There's old Frankie Puzos there. But yeah, also we're going to keep the werewolf legends going here. Kate Hodge.
Nice.
She's in the project as well. You may know her from She-Wolf of London, but she's a sweetheart. I grew a set of balls this time, Anubis. Because remember I told you while filming I was too shy to go talk to her, and I was like, this is it. I'm probably never going to see Kate Hodge ever again. Let me run up to her and ask for a photo. She's a sweetheart. But yeah, make sure you guys check that out. It's on Vudu right now, coming soon to Amazon Prime. But yeah, it was cool seeing Paré. I didn't get a chance to chat with him that long, but he's a cool dude for sure. But yeah, Silver Bullet, man. Yo, Silver Bullet. Corey, thoughts on Silver Bullet? Corey, can you hear me? Anubis, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, I think Corey's frozen in the Phantom Zone.
Oh, yes, he is.
Or he had to leave. I know you told me we only had him for a little amount of time. So he may have left. So we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it rock and rolling. We're going to keep it going.
No sweet goodbye. Just gotta go.
he's like, oh, shit. I got to get back to work.
Well, he was on lunch, right? So
yeah, he was on lunch. That's all good, man. It was good. It was good to have him here just for a little bit. Hopefully, we'll still be around when E-Rock shows up, but we might have to just go without E-Rock.
For all the complaining that E-Rock did, he's not here. That's fine.
I know. Oh shit! I just got a message from Corey right now. He says his internet died.
Oh,
damn it! That sucks.
Sexy Sumo, no. Don't go there. I knew he'd go there.
What's he saying?
He's talking about Twilight. Greatest.
Well, let's keep. Wait a minute.
Was it E-Rock?
Hello. Sorry about that.
All right.
My internet just dropped out for some reason.
No, Eric just think you just like, well, fuck this dude.
I would never do that.
This guy likes fucking wolfing. I'm out of here, man. I'm leaving. But I'm glad you're back for a little bit. Thoughts on Silver Bullet, man?
Oh, Gary Busey. That's all I need to say.
Yeah.
This movie has Gary Busey and werewolves.
Gary Busey.
Yeah. Boozy. Him and Oliver
Boozy.
Reed should get together.
Yeah, this is another one of my favorites. Silver Bullet is so good, man. Really good. Do you feel, Anubis, that Silver Bullet is an underrated excuse me, I can speak of the English, Stephen King movie, or it's got the love now? What do you think, Anubis?
You know, I don't even remember what the reception was when it came out, but like I've always loved it from day one. Like, you know, because I saw it probably when I was like 15 or 16. So I mean,
Right. Corey, do you think
very fun movie for me?
Do you think Silver Bullet's underrated, or it's got enough fan base now?
I think it used to be underrated, but now I'm seeing more and more videos about it, especially on YouTube, because you know, YouTube, the whole YouTube has changed quite a bit since I used to do it, and now there's a lot of YouTubers, and I personally couldn't compete with them. They do like they're like full-on documentaries. They're like hour-long. Like you could release these things on TV. Like that's how much effort goes into them. And I saw one recently. I can't remember who did it, and it was all about Silver Bullet. And I've seen a few of those pop up in my feed after watching that, where people are now like kind of, you know, going back and looking at it differently. And I mean, Stephen King has always been kind of like a big name in horror, obviously, but that he seems to come in waves. Remember back like in the 80s, there was kind of like that Stephen King thing. And then 90s, there was that big influx of Stephen King TV adaptations. And I think really since It and Doctor Sleep, that's kind of come back again. So maybe the younger generation are going back and kind of rewatching the older Stephen King adaptations. But I certainly think now it's not, definitely I wouldn't call it underrated. I think it's starting to get the praise it deserves.
Good. Good. That's good. Any word on a 4K release, Anubis or Corey? Have you heard anything?
Oh, nothing, mate. We might get one from like Arrow Video or something. That would be nice. They always do quality work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, let's keep it going. Sorry, Eric, we're going through your list now. you take too long, man. Too long to get here. He's gonna be pissed. Like, I'm sorry, man. Sorry, we gotta go through your list now. But this is some of the stuff that he has here, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this. But this, at the time I saw this was like a little hidden gem, and then over time, it's developed its cult following, and it has two more films in the property. But I really enjoy Ginger Snaps, man. I think it's a lot of fun. It's hilarious. There's some good gore, some good practical effects there. Me and Lady Fat Blood love the dark humor all over this movie. When we saw it, we were like, man, this just came out of nowhere. It wasn't popular yet, you know. But I have not seen Ginger Snaps 2. Was that any good?
I've only seen the first one.
Okay.
I haven't seen the sequels. But I did like the first one.
Have you seen that, Nubis? The second one?
I have not seen the second or third. I know one of them's a prequel. So
the third one, yeah, I seen the third one. It wasn't bad, but it was just strange because I don't think they were even playing like their ancestors back in the old days. They were just new characters, and I'm like, what is the point of this? But then again, it's been 5 billion years since I've seen. I might be wrong actually on that, but it was okay. It was all right. It wasn't like amazing, but yeah, anybody watching right now, highly recommend Ginger Snaps. And the good thing is, I think Anubis, the Blu-ray release that came out actually has it as real widescreen, which is good because
for some reason it's not
DVD,
that letterbox thing.
The DVD release of it, the aspect ratio, they fucked it up. Something like that. And so they supposedly fixed the widescreen. Well, who mentioned it earlier? Was that Aaron that mentioned Wolf?
Yes, okay. He did. Yeah.
Because I was going to ask E-Rock, if he was here, why he put Wolf on the list. So I'll give you my experience with Wolf, and it's not with watching the movie, but we'll go back in time. We'll go back in time to the 90s. I'll never forget it to this day. My oldest sister, she's a huge Jack Nicholson fan, huge horror fan, right? We're both sitting in the living room watching the telly. And then all of a sudden, that TV spot for Wolf came on. I don't know. Do you guys remember what the TV spot was? How it looked?
Was it his eye changing?
Yes, it was like
Yeah.
a black background, and it was his face, and then
Hmm.
it like did the zoom in to his eye, and then his eye changed. And my sister literally screamed. She in excitement. She was like, "Oh my God, Jack Nicholson is a werewolf. He's gonna be playing a werewolf. Oh my God!" Ah, right. And then I'll never forget that to this day because I was always over here laughing my ass off, right, at her. She having so much fun. And then I remember her seeing the movie and she didn't like it. And then I heard more and more for some people that they are disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. So over the time, years went by, me personally, I just never had the interest to watch it. But then something weird started to change the last couple of years. There's actually people coming forward saying that it's actually a good movie. It's underrated. People's expectations were so high at the time because it's Jack Nicholson as a fucking werewolf. But if you don't have high expectations, you want to watch a really good story with good acting and good creature effects and makeup effects, you will enjoy Wolf. Now, with that said, what did you two think of Wolf?
I went to see it in the theaters, and I came out really happy. You have Jack Nicholson, James Spader, and Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, that's a trifecta of great acting right there. My favorite scene from this, of course, is when Nicholson and Spader are in the bathroom and he starts pissing on Spader's shoes. He's like, "I'm just marking my territory."
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you're making me want to watch the movie now.
Oh, dude, you have to check it out, dude. It's not your atypical. It's not The Howling or American Werewolf, but dude, it's so good, dude, and the acting is exceptional.
Oh,
It's
shit.
really good. Yeah, it's really good.
E-Rock's in the chat. What's up, brother? I know you're stuck in a meeting, man. I get it. We're going through your list now, man, because I only have a certain amount of time to stream tonight. But yeah, man, since you're here, let us know in the chat why you loved Wolf and put Wolf on the list. For all you new badasses that are watching right now, y'all know who E-Rock is. But if those of you that do not know, he is the metal god. He is the metal shredding legend. That's right. Make sure you guys follow him in the description box below. And E-Rock's a cool brother, man. He's been on the channel several times before. We'll get him back on here in the future. But yeah, man, good to see you, brother. But if you see E-Rock respond, Nubis, let me know for why he chose Wolf. But we're going through E-Rock's favorite werewolf movies right now. Corey, thoughts on Wolf? Good and bad.
Yeah, I'll give you my thoughts, and then I'm going to have to head back to work myself. So I remember being super excited for Wolf back. What was that? Was it like 95? Like I would I was a kid, like literally a child. My father, massive Jack Nicholson fan, like huge Jack Nicholson fan. I remember growing up, he'd always be watching Jack Nicholson movies. He introduced us to all the Jack Nicholson movies, and I think most people would agree, one of the greatest actors of all time, like with hands down.
Yeah.
But I think the problem was I saw this like literally as a child, and when you're a kid and you've watched American Werewolf in London and The Howling, and you're used to the werewolf being like the animatronic werewolf or a guy and all the stuff, and then you get to Wolf and it's played probably a little bit more realistically, and the actors are basically using their, like you saw in that clip, like Jack Nicholson doesn't really have much going on. He's got like some pork chops there, like the sideburns and some teeth and some contacts, and that's
basically Wolverine.
yeah, basically he's Wolverine. So the way that they rely a lot more on the actor's ability to their facial emotions and things like that.
Right. Okay.
So I think I hated it as a kid, but that's because I didn't understand it because I was a child. But I watched it, probably like 5 years ago, and I remember I don't love it, but as an adult, it's one of those movies that revisiting it, you get what they were trying to do.
It's a grower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. But if you're going in and you're expecting like a werewolf movie, like you're expecting, people in like makeup and like the Rob Bottin, Rick Baker style effects, it ain't happening. So don't More like Wolfen, similar to Wolfen, I guess, where it's a bit more
Right.
serious. Yeah.
Right.
But anyway,
E-Rock-
gents, I'm going to have to love you and leave you.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man. Always a pleasure.
See ya, Corey.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
We'll
You
do
take
more
care.
of these, brother. We'll do more. We'll keep
You
in
will.
touch. Take care, man.
Peace. Thank
All
you.
right. So E-Rock says he loved Wolf because the usual transformation effects dominated the genre, and Wolf didn't go nuts with. Oh, he says right here what Corey said. So that's it. Somebody out there needs to do a fake fan trailer of Jack Nicholson as Wolverine. Someone's got to take the footage from Wolf and make the fake trailer, a Wolverine movie trailer as Jack Nicholson as Wolverine. I'm surprised no one's done that already.
Right.
But yeah, we'll keep going, man. I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, someone I mentioned it is. I think it's free on Tubi right now. So
yes, yeah, I posted it up there. I might review it for the members, man. I'll do that.
There you go.
I'll review it for the.
I think you'll enjoy it, actually.
Yeah. I mean, if I liked Wolfen, I got a lot of patience now. You know, we'll be good to go. Eric has Teen Wolf on there. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Did anyone, be honest, Anubis, did anyone, when this came out and we were young then, did anyone our age that watched that movie then not like Teen Wolf?
No, not that I remember. I loved it, actually. I thought it was fun. I mean, it's not, again, it's not
it's fun,
horror, but like, you saw it, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So you remember that scene when he's on the basketball court?
Oh,
he's got the ball and he's doing this and like gets tackling him, and all of a sudden he just gets all hairy.
Yeah.
So then he's like sitting there and he's like dribbling, and he's like dun, dun, he's doing all these crazy things. And I thought that shit was hilarious, man.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah. You got a werewolf dunking and playing basketball. I mean, come
Right.
on, man. Come on. And look at this guy. He's air shredding. He's air guitaring, back flipping. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, I remember it being a lot of fun. I don't remember Teen Wolf 2, but I also don't remember liking it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw it, actually.
Okay.
I saw the second one.
So either I never seen it or I didn't like it so much that it's completely out of my memory there.
Right.
But yeah, Teen Wolf's fun, man. Teen Wolf's fun. Now, speaking of Teen Wolf, I saw that they did a like kind of serious show.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm assuming it sucked.
I didn't see it, so
I'm sure they were probably trying to, get that Twilight money, pretty much. So, Sex Sumo says, "Have either one of you seen Wolf Like Me on Peacock? It's a great dark comedy show. Have you seen? I have not. No,
I don't have Peacock, so
yeah, I don't have Peacock either. So." But yeah, let's keep rocking and rolling here. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, even werewolf movies, there's so many different versions and types of them that you could enjoy. You have the fantasy, the straight up horror thriller, the mystery, and the comedy, like here with Teen Wolf. And to keep it comedy, man, nobody talks about this movie, bro. Dude, nobody talks about Werewolves Within. I feel like this movie didn't even come out. Like we blind watched this. We saw the trailer, and we were like, "Well, this might be fun." So we rented it, and me and Lady Fabula were laughing hysterically. That's when we became fans of the lead actor, who was unfortunately wasted in Hocus Pocus 2. But if you want to hear our thoughts about that, you have to watch our review on that one. But the
AT&T girl in there.
Yeah, I see why. I see what all the hubbub is about now. I didn't get it at first.
Right.
Why everybody was going crazy over AT&T girl, but when I saw her in this, I was like, oh, there they are. Okay, and I now know why. I'm not hating. But yeah, if you guys have not seen Werewolves Within, this is a fun murder whodunit kind of mystery with a werewolf involved, of course, but it's hilarious, it's over the top, and it's a lot of fun, and nobody's fucking talking about it. And here's another fun fact: this is a fucking video game movie that doesn't suck. This is actually based off of.
But you know what's funny, Samurai, is that, and this is, you never saw The Beast Must Die, right? From 74.
No.
Werewolves Within is similar in plot to that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. But yeah, it's a fun flick, man. It's a fun flick. If you go in knowing it's a whodunit and you know the world, you're probably most likely not going to see the world to the end of the movie. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun horror comedy that no one's talking about, and it's a good video game movie that no one's talking about. All these horrible bad video game movies that we usually get, we always get more bad than good with video game films. But yeah, that's a good one, but no one's talking about it. All right, so now we can jump right into no, I know that would disappoint a lot of people, but there's enough there. There's enough there. But yeah, let's jump into. I want your honest thoughts, Anubis. What is your honest thoughts about the Underworld franchise?
I say I love the first 3 films.
Okay. I think we're on the same page.
Yeah,
I think we're on the same page.
I checked out Awakening and Blood Moon after that, or whatever it was, and
Blood Wars.
Yeah, Blood Wars. Blood Wars is a little better than Awakening, but I didn't really
okay
one. But the first 3 are great. They're great action. You know, it's got a little bit of horror, but not a lot. But it's really good. I really like it. Yeah,
it was like that first film. I remember everybody going crazy for the trailers, and it was like perfect timing, that first movie. And it was entertaining. But whatever complaints I had with the first one, the second Underworld made up for it. Because the second Underworld, we had more creature feature type fights and battles, one-on-one stuff that we wanted from the first movie, which was mostly just gunplay, really, between the two. So we got a little bit more of that. And then the third one, I'm in the minority, but the third one is my favorite. What? That's right.
Rise of the Lycans, baby.
The Lycans. That's why great minds think alike, my friend.
Yes. Now, do you want to hear the story that I will always regret?
Okay.
I was talking to Big Bad Wolf about this because we'll probably talk about it next week as well. But
all right,
when I was about 20, so we're thinking around 1990, I was with a friend of mine, just chilling, listening to music, or whatever. And we got this idea to start writing a script for a movie called The Other Side.
Okay.
And he was going to take his portion of it and come from a vampire angle, and I was going to take my portion from a werewolf angle.
Okay.
And it was all about the war between the werewolves and the vampires. But the script got lost. I moved away from Colorado at the time, and it never came to fruition. And then, sure enough, 10 years later, someone created Underworld, which is exactly the theme that I had in mind.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, I could have been a millionaire. You know?
Did you tell anyone else about this script?
No.
Are you sure?
Either that guy took everything and did it, and I just don't know it, or he's, whatever, sold it or whatever. But chances are somebody else probably thought about it too.
E-Rock, it's all right, brother. We know you're always busy. We'll get you back on here in another one, man.
Yeah, man.
If you can't make this week,
you got to get in there.
Yeah, if you can't make this week's verses, I'll let you know what we're doing next Thursday. All right, man. Don't worry about it, man. It's awesome. It's awesome seeing you here, even in the chat. I'm fishing, Anubis. I'm like, do you tell anyone else?
Right.
Okay. Well, that's something. But back to the movies here. I agree with you. The first 3 were good, especially. I wanted, the less gunplay, the better. So by the third movie, man, I was like, dude, this is all melee, son.
Oh yeah.
It's
the werewolves storming the castle. That was so awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen the fourth one, but I don't remember anything. And I've actually owned Blood Wars on Blu-ray since it came out. I never watched it.
It's a tad better than.
Okay. Well, so now I gotta watch it
in that respect.
Okay. All right, because I was like, God damn it, man, this is so bad. That's Samurai Guy though, so. All right, now I'm surprised you had this one on your list, Anubis, because This movie, it's Samurai Guy and Lady Fat Blood. We really enjoyed it. We watched it for Halloween weekend when this film came out, and as soon as it was over, it was the last film Robert Forster was in. As soon as it was over, we still really liked the movie, but I was like, damn, there's going to be a lot of people pissed off. There's going to be a lot of people pissed off with this. And that is what is it? Oh, God damn it. I had it written down here.
The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Thank you. The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Very well directed, very well acted, has some damn funny comedy in there, hilarious moments, and it's great to see Robert Forster in there for a little bit. For what you see of the werewolf is cool looking, actually, especially this scene where it stands up and starts going after the person right there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of similar. It's like a whodunit, right? People are getting knocked off around the town, and the police that are there trying to investigate. However, when the big we won't ruin it for you here. We could, but we won't.
It's been out a while.
You think so? You want to ruin it? Fuck it.
It's been a couple of years.
All right, we're gonna spoil it. So if you guys don't want to know,
it's hard not to talk about this because
all right, fuck it. You're right. It's been out for a while.
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna spoil this. Here we go. Hold on a second. Well, thank you, Dark Gable. Thank you, my friend. We reviewed Cursed on here, Kaiju Ninja. Check out our review. Me and Anubis reviewed Cursed. Let's see. You're hoping the Craven cut will be released. Do you know what he's talking about there?
Wes Craven, director.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about The Cursed.
Yeah, no, this is the one with the guy from
Christina Ricci.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. You know, I've never seen Cursed.
Yeah.
I've heard this was terrible, but I heard it had like 5 different endings. I don't know. Anubis, somebody could talk about it. What do you think of Cursed?
I didn't put it on my list. It's definitely something
talk about it.
Mentioned, but there's things I like about it. There's things I hate about it. There is one great. You saw it, right? Or no?
No, I have not.
There's a great moment where the werewolf actually flips them off, and I thought that was the funniest fucking thing ever.
Okay.
You should check it out just to say you did. Like, I'd be curious your thoughts on it.
Okay. There's 2 different versions though, right? There's like a theatrical, and then there's or does it not matter with this movie?
I honestly don't know. The one I saw had a lot of good gore in it and stuff, so I don't know exactly what version I was watching.
Well, shit, maybe I'll do that for the members too. I'll do Wolf and Cursed if I can find it on TV.
There you
go. Sorry about that, Kaiju. We were thinking about The Cursed. It was The Cursed we
watched
right?
that one not too long
ago. But yeah, we're going to talk about the spoiler here with the snow of, what was it again?
The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
The Snow of Hollow Wolf. We're gonna talk about that. So here you go, guys. The whole entire movie, people are getting picked off. It's gory. You have really cool costume effects with the werewolf, practical effects. But when you get to the big reveal at the end, it's a costume. Literally. There is no werewolf. It's a guy in a suit.
But it's cool because that guy was using freaking stilts. Like, that's how he got the size.
Yeah.
But see, that's kind of the beauty of this film is that during the kill scenes, dude, the way the wolf moved, you really thought it was a fucking werewolf. I mean, they didn't hold back from showing it at all. And it was great. I really enjoyed the hell out of that.
Right. And it wasn't like it was some jobber dude. Like, this guy had it planned out.
Yep.
To scare the town with the werewolf myth. Everyone was scared shitless because they're thinking it's a real werewolf. And he was fucking people up. He wasn't just some dude that went to Party City and got some werewolf outfit and was going around going ooga booga ooga booga. No. This was like brutal murder.
Yeah, he was a taxidermist, I think.
So. Yeah, and that whole finale, dude, it took him a while to get him down.
Yeah.
Like, this dude, he was fighting back. Like, this guy was no joke.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, they were like, "Oh, so you made me watch a werewolf movie the whole time, and there's no werewolf in it. Fuck this movie." So there is that. But dude, I really liked it, man.
Yep. Yep.
I really liked it. You know, I really enjoyed it. Now this, I was trying to find GIFs of this, and I only found two. The one I used in our Werewolf Week intro at the very end, when we got my homie from Passenger 57 turning into a werewolf at the end, and then I saw another GIF. I saw this right here. This GIF right here. I'm like, yo, chat. Have you seen Full Eclipse? I haven't even heard of this movie, but this GIF right here, it looks carnage. It looks chaos. You got the villain from Passenger 57.
Am I the one who told you about that film? I can't remember.
I thought you had it on your list. And I went hunting.
I did, and I actually reviewed it on our podcast. I showed Neko a while back. She really liked it too. It was really unique with Mario Van Peebles and.
Okay, is this the one you were trying to get me to watch?
Yeah.
Oh, you showed like the DVD cover or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is the first time I've seen footage, and I'm like, dude, I have to watch this, bro.
Oh, it's great, dude. It's great.
Oh, yeah. So all you Mario Van Peebles fans out there.
Plus, it's got Paula Marshall. Yum yum.
Yeah. Werewolf Mario Van Peebles movie. Yo, what else do you want? And look at this. This looks like fucking great. Like, yeah. There's no Blu-ray though, right?
Not yet. They need to do it.
Okay. Because this is looking like Blind Buy, and I trust you, Anubis. So this looks like this is right up my alley here.
Dude, I will literally pay for it for you.
Is this Tubi? Is this on Tubi? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Ah, god damn it.
I'll have to search. I can see if I can find it though.
And it's what the DVD's widescreen and all that?
I can't remember. I got like I had the base generic DVD that I bought, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not fancy. It's the movie's like early to mid 90s, I think.
Okay. Well, as long as the picture's better than that GIF footage, then.
Oh yeah. It's much better than that.
Okay. Happy Halloween to you too, Brandon. But look at it. Dark Gable says Full Eclipse was a blast. He loved the storyline, and Troy's all down. He's all like, he's got to see that. Yeah, I am all down. If worst comes to worst, Nubis, I'll hit you up, man. If I can't find it, you can help me out.
Yeah.
All right. So this is another. Oh, someone uploaded it to YouTube. Oh shit. Okay. All right. I might have to do that. Maybe I'll watch it there. This is another just like Bad Moon. I remembered the VHS cover for bad reasons because it was kind of generic, even though the movie's amazing. This I remember just like, whoa. It was such a striking image. I never forgot it for years, ever since I seen it when I was young on the video store shelves up to me as an adult. But it's just one of those movies I never got around to checking out. And then I had, makeup and creature effects maestro Joe Castro here on the channel. It was great having him here on the podcast, and we had a good show. And I asked him, was there any movies out there you think's underrated? And he said his favorite is The Company of Wolves. And I was like, holy shit, that's the image I can never forget about. Like, I remembered this image. I was like, dude, what was that movie,
Yeah.
And he's like, you got to watch it. So, I mean, look at that shit. Where's the posters like this now, guys? Where is the awesome artwork? I'm telling you, 80s, man. 80s, early 90s had like the best artwork for posters. I swear to God.
Definitely.
But yeah, luckily for Samurai Guy, it was on Amazon Prime, I think. And after Joe Castro recommended it to me, I checked it out. And that was an experience, man. Like, this is like classic 80s dark fantasy. I will be stunned, Anubis, if Lady Fat Blood does not like this movie. Because this is her realm. 80s dark fantasy, 80s dark fairy tale. Because this is literally a dark.
Nothing more for that scene, because
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. This happens in the movie, guys. This is not this. We're trying to make cool artwork. Like this happens in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I highly recommend in the Company of Wolves, and I think this actually did get a 4K release. I believe it did come out in 4K. So this is a beautiful looking movie. Even watching it on crappy Amazon Prime, the cinematography and the sets. This is a beautiful looking movie and a very unexpected. It's very odd. It's very weird, but in a good way. But a very unexpected ending. Like I was like, oh shit, you're gonna end the movie like that. All right. That's different, but I ain't hating it. I'm not hating it. But yeah, recommend The Company of Wolves. Check it out, guys, if you can. And it is on 4K. It's just remember, dark fairy tale. All right. Think of evil Disney. There you go. But hey, Disney in the 80s during the dark days, they probably would have taken a risk on something like that. Probably would have been too much, but Disney I always wanted to do, maybe in the future, Anubis, if I had the time, but I always wanted to do, ever since the Black Hole, which I think was late 70s, all the way through the 80s, Disney they took a lot of risks, and they had some dark movies, bro. I kind of miss Disney taking risks. But yeah, check it out, guys. Good stuff.
Did you remember the risk they took in the late 90s musically?
Which one was that?
When they actually signed Insane Clown Posse without even checking out what their lyrics were like.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember the MTV was like going nuts. Like Disney had to like back out because they just realized what Insane Clown Posse's lyrics were about.
Oh.
Like, oh my god!
Wow!
They saw clowns that thought they could sell that to kids. I was like,
wow!
Somebody's an idiot.
Yeah, someone's an idiot. Oh shit! Derek is in the house. What's going on?
Derek
and Knickknacks, brother. What's going on? Hey man, we just now recently brought back Versus. We get just like Blues Brothers, baby. We getting the band back together. We're on a mission from God. Okay. So we're slowly building momentum again, man. So we got to get you back on for sure, man. But yeah, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. There you go. That transformation scene with the wolf snout is crazy. Oh, there you go. Fantastic fairy tale film that only the 80s could bring. Yeah, you're not going to see nothing like that right now. But yeah, shout out to Joe Castro, man. I never probably would have given it a shot, it's one of those maybe one day. I have a lot of those. I'll get to it one day. 10 years go by, but speaking of fantasy, let's keep it fantasy. And speaking of dark fantasy, it doesn't get any more dark fantasy than Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Yeah.
This movie, dude, is so fucking good. And you know what's crazy, bro? It's like, yeah, we have a wolf-like creature. It's a mysterious mystery. People are getting picked off at the town, so they bring in Mark Dacascos and a badass French-looking Triple H guy. They come in and they gotta do their thing, and it's just martial arts, blades, guns. Really good practical effects. I mean, some of the CG is dated now, but it's still watchable. It's still fine. Cinematography is beautiful. You got fucking Monica Bellucci in here when she was a 10. I mean, she's still pretty now, but
Mark
Dacascos in his prime. But he still kicks ass now. This movie, bro, I have seen nothing like it since this came out.
Yeah, I noticed Kaiju Ninja was like his Brotherhood of the Wolf, a werewolf movie. The answer is no. However, it was on my list as far as like runner-ups because of the lore behind the Beast of Gavadon. And that is the lore of the werewolf. That when you watch that movie, you have no freaking clue what the actual creature is. Like you believe it's some sort of like werewolf. That's the whole point.
Right.
They were trying to use in that film,
right.
And the mythology behind it. So that is why that pops up on there. I know it's not a werewolf film per se.
We're cheating. We're cheating because we know the movie. We want to talk about it.
It's one of my favorite movies ever. So it has that little piece of mythology in it that I really like. So
yeah. Well, the mythology is there, so that's legit.
Yeah,
that's legit. But I have seen nothing like this since, and this was early 2000s, mid 2000s,
2001, I think.
2001. Oh my god.
Yeah. I saw this in the theater and it was still in French. So
that's when I seen it.
Yeah.
I Brotherhood of the Wolf is one of my favorite movie-going experience stories because I remember when the trailer came on, I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at, because they didn't really show that much, which is smart, right? And all I saw was the dude with the double blades, like, doing this double blade pose. That's all they showed. And I was like, what the fuck is Le Pac de Loops? What is Le Pac de Loops? Right? Like, what the fuck is that? And then my buddy called me up. He's like, yo, we got to go see Le Pac de Loops. I'm like, man, I don't want to go see Le Pac de Loops. What is it about? I don't know. Some people say it's a good movie. All right. So I go to the theater, get a ticket to go see Le Pac de Loops. Going there, bro.
I found out.
Oh my god, I was not prepared.
I found out through that about this movie through, remember, Fangoria magazine, because they had that shot with the girl that was like kind of bitten aside.
Yeah.
And when they started talking about the movie and like how martial arts was going to be a part, I was like, oh my god, kung fu and horror, I'm in. Let's do this. So that's how I found out about it.
Yeah. Vincent Cassel was in this. I mean,
he's so good in this,
dude. He's so like fucking pervy and creepy and just a good villain.
That sword at a bone,
dude, the bone whip sword, son. Yeah. The bone whip sword. Nothing since this. Nothing. I've seen nothing like this movie or similar since. Now I'm happy you put this on as an honorable mention. Here we go. Oh, one of the Venoms did the fight choreography. Probably Lo Mang. Knowing it's probably most likely Lo Mang who did it. That's cool. But yeah, the werewolf section, the werewolf story, not just the section, even though that's the huge bonus. The werewolf story in Trick or Treat, the horror anthology film, the cult classic. Was it Anna Paquin?
Yeah. From True Blood, yeah.
Right. This was this the role that got her the True Blood gig? I think. I wouldn't be surprised.
Did True Blood come out before this? I don't remember the year.
I don't know. Well, this was shelved for a while.
Well, this was 2007 for Trick or Treat, but I don't know when True Blood actually started up.
Right. That's okay. I never watched that show anyway. But dude, like, it was a great short story on its own. But leading up to, look, dude, I had no idea. Did you know it was werewolves were coming? I had no idea it was werewolves.
No, but that twist on Little Red Riding Hood was amazing.
Yes.
That blew my mind.
Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes.
And then that moment, like, I think it's close to right on there, where she's trying to come out of her skin, and it's almost like Company of Wolves. The girl behind her takes her nail and cuts the back skin off, so she can free herself. I thought that was amazing. It's so good.
I was like, oh, Philip Kwok did it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I could see Philip Kwok doing that too. That guy's beast. Dude. Fucking, True Blood was 2008. Okay.
Okay, so it was before True Blood then. Okay.
Okay. Yo, that werewolf reveal is one of the greatest werewolf transformation reveal scenes in the history of cinema. And not just because I know what you're thinking. Not just because of eye candy, but because I was not expecting what was happening. I was like, okay, a whole bunch of beautiful women. I thought maybe they were like witches, right?
Yeah.
Like a whole bunch of beautiful women just dancing around the fire, having a good time. And then all of a sudden they started ripping their skin off, dude. I was like, holy shit.
That's one of the rare times that I'm like both like scared and like horny at the same time. Yeah, turn on. Just looking at that, I'm like, okay, go ahead, kill me. I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, it's like me when I watch what's her name? Angela Glasgow or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
From what's her name? Angela?
Gas out. You come from Arch Enemy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's me when I watch her. I'm scared and I feel funny at the same time. But dude, this was this like even the practical effects of it,
Oh yeah.
it's like so good, dude.
Mhm.
I was like, I was sitting there and Lady Fat-Blood was laughing her ass off because she was enjoying what she was watching.
Yeah.
And then she was laughing her ass off at me because I was just like, and then like when it was over, I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And she was laughing her ass off.
He's like, can I watch this scene over again?
for reviewing purposes, for filmmaking,
Right.
learning
Just
how
want
to
to make sure I got it down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, filmmaking process when I learn it.
I think I might have missed some stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like I kind of got that same vibe at the end of the movie Bliss. Did you see Bliss?
Not yet. It's on my list to watch.
If you see Bliss and you get to the finale, that was me. That was me. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, there you go, Bob. That cinematography was very well done. But yeah, just a kick-ass short story though with the twist. It was really good, and everything else was just a bonus.
Yep.
All right, last on our list here, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. I had to leave it for last. I had to leave it for last. All right, baby, here we go. Twilight. Let's go ahead and get into it, baby. Woo!
New moon, baby. Team Jacob all the way.
Team Jacob. Oh man, Dog Soldiers, son. It's fucking Dog Soldiers, and I know it's out in 4K. I know I'm suffering. I'll get to it at some point in the future. I'll get around to buying it next year. But Dog Soldiers, I've talked about that multiple times, 1,000 times here on the channel because it's my favorite werewolf movie. Nubis represents Howling. I stand by that. It's a great choice, and I represent Dog Soldiers because I thought it was Sci-Fi Channel crap. I saw the commercial for it that they had, the TV spot, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Garbage. This low budget looking, here we go again, Sci-Fi Channel creature movie of the week is fucking garbage. And for the life of me, I just really don't know why I gave it a shot. I think I did out of boredom. I don't really remember. I was just sitting there. I was like, all right, it's coming on. Watch this garbage. Maybe I can laugh at it and make fun of it. And I was not prepared for the utter badassity that Neil Marshall, with his small, extremely limited budget, was still able to give us a movie that was badass, a movie that was fucking hilarious, a movie that gave you great suspense, a movie that gave you great action, a movie that you were just on the edge of your seat, the movie that, again, you were laughing hysterically. I was not ready, bro. I was like, dude, I'm sitting up on my seat watching this now, I wasn't like this, like, all right, let me watch this shit. I was sitting up now, like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And by the time it was over, I was like, this is my favorite werewolf movie. Even then, I was like, this is my favorite werewolf movie because I can watch it so many times. Again, like my buddy Eric says all the time, Asian movie enthusiast, atmosphere. He nails it. And I love the characters. Man. And you feel bad for them when stuff does not go well, And I think this was the movie that made me a Sean Pertwee fan. I think this was the one because this guy is such a great actor, and I love seeing him in other things. I never finished Gotham, but from what I watched of Gotham so far, he was a great Alfred. He's like one of the most underrated Alfreds because he's like Alfred, but he's badass too because he used to be a soldier. Yeah, so he's great. But yeah, you were gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say the captain, the lead guy there. He was in Equilibrium with Christian Bale too. I really like him as an actor as well.
Yes,
he shows up a lot that I see in films. Despite all the duds that Sci-Fi Channel ever had, like movie wise, there was two they got credit for introduced me to. and this was at the time that they were released. So Dog Soldiers was one of them. We're going back 20 years or whatever, and then Ginger Snaps is the other one.
Oh shit! You watched
that? So they were credited for introducing me to both those werewolf films, and I was like, it was like you know, I was probably like a Saturday afternoon, and I was like just drawing something on, but then like it starts happening. I'm like, okay, I gotta sit down and watch this. This is really good.
Yeah. Nice. Hey, Bob agrees with me. He's one of the best Alfred Pennyworth. He was. But yeah, dude. And even the werewolf design, and I'm fired too, because I remember, was it like 5 years ago? I don't remember how long ago it was, but there was an action figure line that released a Dog Soldier wolf figure. I don't know why I never bought it. I'm fired because those are like discontinued now. You can't find it. I think I wanted it, but I just never pulled the trigger. But we're used to our werewolf dudes being, big and meaty. You know what I'm saying? Like Brock Lesnar size, like you're fucked, right? I don't know why, but the tall, long, and lanky look was kind of freaky looking.
Oh, yeah.
And the way they moved around the house and they would run after our guys, the design of going against the grain and being these huge, gigantic, 12-foot tall, big, tall, long, and lanky dudes was kind of weird looking in a creepy way. And it just worked, man. It just worked. It just, the action, suspense. Did you have an inkling that the girl was the werewolf, or was that a surprise?
No clue.
Yeah.
It was all new to me, and I thought, like, I love the great thing about Marshall with this is, like, you showed that still with the light behind the werewolf. He had a good eye for how he was going to shoot everything. So, like, when she's at the top of the staircase going to the basement, you can see the wolf starting to come up behind her.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, dude, that is a great shot.
Yeah. And it's just like our guys are, there's no way they can win this situation, but you root for them because you're just like, when you get to that point, you're just like, all right, fuck it. Anubis, we got werewolves around the house. Fuck it, man. We're gonna die anyway. Fuck it. Let's fuck some shit up, right? So you're like just rooting for these dudes to just look at this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck this. No, fuck you, werewolves. No, man. No, we gonna fight back. We don't care if we're gonna die too. Fuck you guys. And it just made you root for them even more, man.
Yeah, I can't remember the one character, but he was the one that had me laughing the most, and he's the speedy one that was drawing him into the house or around the house.
He's like, come on.
Yeah. Great. I don't know who that actor is, but man, he's very good in this. He sells that movie.
I think one of my favorite moments was when gets split open temporarily and his intestines are there. And he's so out of it. He's just looking down. He's like, oh, sausages.
He's like, just leave me. I'm doomed. And he's like duct taping his innard back up. I'm like, holy shit.
So great. It's so good, man. But yeah, I fear for a remake. But I don't think they have the balls.
For a long time, they were talking about doing a sequel, but they just, and it really doesn't need it. But man, they've been trying to like beat that door down.
No, I think it's a one and done, and that's what makes it special. But yeah, and you know how it is. You know how Hollywood is now. We do get a remake. Oh, you're not going to see any of this shit,
right?
You're gonna get some off-screen deaths that everybody raves about. It's the most violent thing they've ever seen. So, but yeah, man, had to end it with Dog Soldier, son. This was a blast. It's always awesome talking with Anubis in the house, especially when it's werewolf films, baby. That's right. And it was cool having two little special guests today. Don't forget, you can follow these guys in the description box below. Check out An Hour to Kill. I think this might be free on YouTube. This is the film Aaron has directed and written, and keep an eye out for Bliss of Evil from Corey. And y'all, I'm pretty sure everyone here is already subscribed to E-Rock, the Shred God, because he's awesome, and he'll be back here on the channel in the future, man. We get it. He's busy, but Werewolf Week, baby. That's right. We're keeping it going. So tomorrow, join me and Anubis again. That's right, for 3 werewolf movies. And so far, I feel like we're just going to go fuck it and talk spoilers. So join us tomorrow at 7 o'clock live, baby. We're talking Dire Wolf, which for some reason is called Dino Wolf. I don't know why there's posters of it called Dino Wolf. And then you have Howlers, a.k.a. High Moon. And then we have Werewolf Castle. Yes, we're going to talk about all 3 of these movies. Keeping it werewolfy for better or for worse. So join us tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And then don't forget Versus is Thursday. But yeah, Anubis, anything you wanted to plug? Or we're good right now?
I got a couple things. Obviously, Wednesdays, we released a new audio podcast with metal music, and I do reviews and talk about entertainment throughout that as well. Neko's usually with me, but she's out of town right now. Thursday, I have a new segment on YouTube, our YouTube channel called Lone Wolf with Dub. I'm getting together with Lone Wolf Ronan to talk martial arts movies. The movie I picked this week is 7 Grandmasters that we're going to discuss and review. And then next Friday, I'm getting together with Big Bad Wolf from Entertainment Talk Nation. He's one of Rob's mods over there, and we're going to talk more werewolf stuff. So we'll be going through our list, a little bit of our favorites, plus we'll get a little bit more in-depth and dive into the mythology and lore of werewolves and literature, etc. So be looking for that.
All right. That's right. Keep it going with the werewolf content, son. 'Tis the motherfucking season. Hey, thanks again for watching, guys. If you're new, hey, subscribe to the old Samurai Guy. That's right. And keep Werewolf Week rocking and rolling. Keep watching. We'll see you on the next one. Werewolf Week!